AI and epigenetics and DNA and all sorts of things. Isn't that right, Jeff?
It's an exciting world.
It is
It
an,
really is.
it is an
It's
exciting world.
yeah.
So,
As a oh, go ahead. You ask the questions. I'll
oh,
lead.
so
I won't step on your toes. Like it's like dancing, right? You lead and I'll just follow.
you can step on my toes anytime. It's this is exciting stuff, and as I said before, it's about us taking responsibility of our own health and well-being. But there's a lot of things that we don't know about. So please share, Jeff.
Well, I think we for the what we've been talking about. I'll just kind of maybe condense it to see if we can bring the whole picture together for the last few minutes. I've been in the health and wellness world for about 30 years, retired for the last 10. I've come out of retirement working on an extraordinary project where we're combining technology, artificial intelligence, which shouldn't be scary to anybody. I think AI is like water. It could drown you, so it can be scary, but it's also we need it for life, right? Like fire. Fire can cook our food for us, and it can also heat for us, but it can also burn us. So I think we have to have respect for AI, but AI is going to change the foundation of the way we do everything.
It
Um,
is doing it now, isn't it?
it is just, you know what, today AI is about as advanced as the 14K modem and Web 1 was, back 20 years ago. And so it's about with quantum computing, it's about to hit an area where you've never even comprehended. So I think they say that a third of all jobs will be displaced. Um, and there's a new world coming, and it's exciting for those people who want to adapt and who want to um, take on the new opportunities that artificial intelligence and machine learning are going to bring in the future. Um, my excitement about this is if we can combine AI and health and prevention. And so the brand I've been working with, NSE, they're a public listed company. They're about a $2 billion enterprise right now. We're investing 1.2 billion US dollars, combining AI, machine learning and AI and DNA to help optimize people's health. And what I was sharing just briefly, just for the audience, they're gonna create an app like Noom or MyFitnessPal. They almost bought Noom, so that gives you a really good idea of what they're developing. This app will allow consumers to download it for free and then order a DNA assessment, order a microbiome assessment, attach wearable tech, so a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or Garmin or maybe an Aura ring or maybe the new Samsung Galaxy ring coming out that measures your steps and your sleep and your stress and all those kind of things. They'll have quizzes around mental wellness, even cognitive function and personality quizzes, IQ, stress, anxiety, sleep, right through to physical wellness. They've got a really cool little piece of technology. We call it the Fat Zapper because it actually breaks down fat and cellulite on the body. But at the same time, there's sensors built in that actually measure up to 300 different things inside of your body. For example, your lymphatic system and all these types of things, just like your visceral fat and your subcutaneous fat and your muscle mass and many, many other things. What they're going to do with all this, Faye, is they're going to create a digital twin for each consumer, right? Here is you today. Here is your potential. And as we were speaking about before, if we looked at things like ancestry.com, we can look at the past, we can look at the, where you've come from, your great, 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 great grandma, your lineage, right? And how it affects you. We're going to be able to look into the future and see, are there any health obstacles? And then using epigenetic science, which I know we were having a really great conversation about this a
Yep.
minute ago, using epigenetic science or the science of gene expression, can we create protocols? What foods to eat? What foods to avoid? Right? What exercises to do to reach your body goals? And can we create personalized nutrition in the form of a nutrition pack that can literally help you optimize every area of your health? So ultimately, we can live healthier longer, right? And it's extraordinary, the potential of this. And we think that we can disrupt this approaching $2 trillion market. I want to put that in perspective for the viewers. the health and wellness and beauty industries combined are 10 times bigger than the personal computer industry.
And I
They are
believe that too.
30 times bigger than the cell phone industry. So it's massive. And what we were talking about just in the break was, giving people, really empowering them and giving them knowledge about what's happening for them by permission, safe and secure, not data shared anywhere else. This is you could even you can choose if you want to share it with your doctor or not. I've got a holistic doctor. I'll certainly share it with him. But it's by permission. This is only data for you to help give you and empower you with where you're at today, where you could potentially be in the future, and then can you make a change of 5 or 10% or 20%? Some of us need to go 180 degrees the other way, to help empower
Prevent.
people. I hate the word prevent. We have to be very careful with the TGA,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
and so I
Empower.
don't want to say words that are gonna, that are gonna cause little alarm bells, but empower people to make better decisions, to have better outcomes. Okay.
Better choices. Yeah.
Better choices. And
Yeah.
it's not that people don't know what to do, but we're going to use gamification and drip learning to help just gently nudge people in the right behaviors. I've been very fortunate to have spoken in live audiences to over 200,000 people, like physically sitting in front of me in a live audience. I have said before, I've said, who'd like to know, and there's a point in this, who'd like to know how to have the most amazing, juicy, loving relationship, right? And all the hands go up. Yes. Okay. Okay? Are you ready? Have you got a pen and paper ready? Yes. We got. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Are you ready? Yes. Don't argue. And everyone's like, oh, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. It's it's not that we don't know what we should be doing to live healthier longer. Eat good, eat lots of fruits and vegetables. The brighter the colors, the better. A little less carbs, a little less, definitely a lot less sugar, and the three white poisons: the white salt, white sugar, and white flour. We know those things,
Yeah.
but most of us, just kind of get lazy. And so if we can use drip education and really giving people data about themselves, real-time data, and they can start making these little 5 or 10 or 20% modifications, they're going to be in a different place in their health. And I like to say, Faye, I'm sorry for kind of taking over. I'm just so excited about this. We all enter the world in diapers. Nobody wants to leave in diapers.
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, we want to live life full on and pop out, not do this dimming thing. Right now, we just kind of think it's okay and normal that we should sort of hit our 60s, 70s, maybe 75, start looking at maybe a nursing,
Oh,
a
should be.
community, and then let's go from 75 in a community, maybe by 85 we're in a care, more care, and we fade out. If you've watched this documentary, The Blue Zones, on Netflix, oh my gosh, I love what they did. I thought was very clever, looking at where in the world people are living healthy longer, and what are the commonalities in all those different places in the world. I think they looked at over about a half a dozen, maybe 7 or 8 places. It's a 4-part documentary. Fascinating. What
Blue
if we could all
zones.
what if we could all live in the blue zones, but where we live, right? By having the right behavior, the right nutrition, and we're going to be able to even, I'll tell you what's exciting. We're even going to be able to every quarter send a little tiny tube, a little more saliva test. They can measure in saliva today it's almost the same as what you can measure in blood. And so, what is your cholesterol, the enzymes, the hormones, your magnesiums and calciums, the biomarkers we need for good health. We can measure that and monitor people. So maybe someone might need a nutrition pack like this in the beginning, but maybe 6-12 months in, they're eating better, they're sleeping better, they have less stress, they're following the protocols. Maybe they only need half of this. We can adjust it. My wife has just been through perimenopause. She has different nutritional needs today than she did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't look
Absolutely.
at someone and go, I can tell whether you're eating right. And no one who had a heart attack or had cancer or diabetes or diagnosed with an autoimmune disease or stress or anxiety. No one thought, or a year before, that was going to happen to them.
Yeah.
And so it's just about empowering people. I'm just super excited about this.
And it is empowering each individual to have a better understanding about themselves, but also a respect for themselves that they may not have had by the education and the understanding of what they can do to create a better life for them, but not only for them, but their families.
Oh my gosh. You know what? This is such and we're going to run out of time, but oh my gosh, Faye, you know,
Dash.
we see habits passed on through generations. We started talking about this earlier,
Yes,
with
we
my
did.
life and, and my journey, but we see these first 7 years, what the kids are seeing, the behaviors, the food habits, the way they eat, those are the patterns that get taken on and passed on to the next generation, the next generation. So if we can interrupt that pattern and give better, create better patterns of eating, better patterns of exercise, better patterns of self-responsibility, and if our medical system today can become a preventative medical system as opposed to a reactive medical system, I think we have a chance to really impact people in a positive way around the planet.
But we
That,
can
that that's
also,
my greatest hope anyway.
yeah, but we can also, with, everyone taking more responsibility about their own health and well-being, we can save billions of dollars, which can be put into other things on our planet that are
Yes, so
really
that's
needed.
exactly right. 100%. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. We
And
service the car. Let's start servicing ourselves. We know it take it in every 10,000 kilometers and we keep the engine running for a long, long time. We don't wait for our car to break down, hopefully, and then try to fix it. That's not a good strategy. Right.
and it costs a lot more money if you do that too. So it is about prevention, but I think there needs to be a lot more education out there for people to take that responsibility. And I mean, you can look at the fast food industry. Maybe it's time for them to turn around what they're doing too into something better. I mean, in preference to having fast food, I'd rather go home and have a piece of toast.
Yeah,
Those sorts of things.
I think this whole dependency on processed and packaged and fast everything. It's again, I think we talked about this a bit earlier. The fruits and the vegetables and the nutrients in our food chain today are different than what our parents or grandparents had.
Or
Because
when we were growing up too. I mean, they're different now. And I was talking to someone the other day and they say, one of my favorite fruits is bananas. And she said, eventually there won't be real fruit. There won't be real bananas and things like that. It'll be all made. I'm thinking, oh, please, seriously, don't.
I hope that we've all intervened and we keep things because we've evolved on this planet and we need we
Real
need all the
food.
micro and macronutrients for our bodies to perform. And our bodies are miracles. They really are.
They're the best
When
machine out.
when you break a bone or cut your finger, your body knows how to put you back together again. It's a
Exactly.
miracle. You're sitting and listening today, and your brain is comprehending and sending little signals in the neurons in your brain. I mean, it's a miracle. Our heart is pumping, our lungs are taking oxygen to every cell in our body. The nutrients from your lunch are being processed into, into energy,
Energy.
the mitochondria. I mean, it's just a miracle what's going on inside of you, the enzyme reactions it's a miracle. But we have to give ourselves the right fuel. And I'm not just talking about food, it's also what we think.
Oh,
What we think, what we eat, all affect these epigenetic or these switches that I talked about, turning on and turning off, affect us. And so, Faye, I'm just so grateful to you for inviting me on the show. I'm so grateful to have this conversation. I think we were talking in the break, if one person gets impacted in a positive way and sees hope,
yeah.
he's heard my story of struggle to
Yep.
success, back to struggle, back to
To
success.
success. Yeah.
Um, whether they, have an insight here and go, wow, I'd like to, whether it's following what we're doing or something else, but taking some positive action, it's preventative. And just if anyone here just eats a little better, even for a few days, we've made a positive impact. Some of you, hopefully the rest of your life will be, you know what, I need to take responsibility for my health.
Now, how can they get in contact with you, Jeff?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I guess if you you're more than welcome to go and follow me on Facebook, or you can find me on LinkedIn. Maybe drop a message in Faye's, if you're on Facebook right now. Drop a message in Faye's message saying something, and I'm happy to share
I'll
anything.
pass it on. Yeah, absolutely. What is one tip that you would give to the listeners right now?
I wrote a couple things down. I think the thing I wrote down was A Knight's Tale, right? And I love this movie where this guy comes across this knight, and the knight had passed, and he takes his armor and he becomes a knight, and he becomes one of the greatest knights of that time. And they're doing jousting, etc. He's winning all the tournaments. And I think that anyone can today put on that suit of armor and change your life. You can achieve anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely.
And I would really encourage all of you. The second thing I wrote down was just never, ever, ever give up. Never let anybody else tell you what you're worth. Never let anyone tell you, what you can and can't do. In the immortal words of what's that movie? Not Pay It Forward. Pay It Forward? No. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. It's with Will Smith.
I can't remember it.
No, I shouldn't have said that. Now it's going to drive me crazy. Someone type in if you're on Facebook, type the name of what I'm talking about.
Well, we have to go.
Just never, ever, ever, ever give up.
Yeah.
Thank